There you go. So you guys can see me. That's good. So hello everybody. Welcome to I don't know what to say. Yes, welcome to our hangout. Tonight we will draw some characters from my D&D campaign. Today I'm going to draw Makoa. Yeah. Now, if you guys don't know Makoa, Makoa was Kane's love interest in the campaign. He died, but for some reason, he is now alive within the campaign. So I never really got a chance to draw him. So I'm gonna take that chance to draw him right now. So yeah, I'm gonna lower the volume of this bit. And without further ado, let's get to it. So first of all, I gotta fill up my mood board. Let's find out some reference images. And let me just add a second screen here so that you guys can see what I see on the main screen. There. Let's kind of put it to the side here, and let's kind of figure out how does this Makoa, how would this Makoa look? So Makoa is a triton. So let's go look for some tritons and see if there are any cool triton. Nope, not triton car. Let's see. Triton fantasy art. So now we're not looking for underwater triton. This is a triton that have left their home. So he's kind of like this ragtag pirate using a rapier and a gun kind of character. So let's try to figure out. Maybe instead of we could select tritons for appearance, but for mannerisms and styles, maybe we should take somewhere else. So let's see. I'm imagining him with a little bit of a swagger. So maybe something like this. No, not quite. I'm imagining him long hair, maybe a little bit wavy. Ooh. What would be perfect for our guy? I keep going to like humans, but I want him to have fins and shit. But maybe something like this. This one. You know what? I think we'll go for like this human over here for his kind of like hairstyle. But in terms of like his adornments, like all the spikes and the fins and stuff, I'd like to go for someone like this, you know, a little bit gaudy kind of look. So let's take this, copy, and just paste it right here. Alright, there you go, our first stuff. Alright, so we got our first image over here, and then what I want is kind of like his what you call clothing, reference for clothing. Maybe we'll take some pirate. It would be a good way to go for it. Maybe someone with a little bit of swagger. I don't want total pirate, you know. Maybe a swashbuckler. Let's try googling that. Swashbuckler. Yes, something like this. I think this one perfectly encapsulates him. A little bit of a swagger, a little bit kind of like rough around the edges, which is, I think, perfect for Mr. Makoa here. And then another thing we want is kind of like their pose a little bit. Let's find some like cool rapier and gun pose. That'll be cool. Let's see what we can find. Pose. Can do close. I don't want to do close up. I want, if possible, a full body kind of appearance. I need something a little bit of a swagger. So actually maybe combat pose. Yeah. He's a rapier. I'm thinking something a bit more open, you know, something like he is willing to take the damage from the guy, like come at me kind of pose. So this one honestly kind of works, but that image is weird. So what would it be? I don't want something like that. It's a bit too flourishy. I want him to be a bit more cocky, you know, so maybe like pose cocky. We can find something like this. There you go. Of course, we have fucking Bakugo over here with his barbarian kind of costume, but goddamn, that is certainly a cocky pose. We could do like a standard laid back kind of stance over here, but it's a little bit what do you call, a little bit too simple. I want to challenge myself a little bit. What would be nice? I'm not getting any. And the jackal pose, of course. Of course, that is kinda I don't know if that's cocky, to be honest. What else can we get? I like this kind of leaning pose. Maybe he's leaning on his sword or something, you know? I don't want him sitting down. Let's... Combat pose. Cocky and combat pose. Let's see if that's anything cool. That will certainly work. Just something like this. A bit too simple, but it certainly exposes kind of like the body, not really standing guard or anything. Could go with this actually, now that I think about it. Kind of like the gun on one hand, kind of like pointing at him, but not really. I think I like this pose. Alright, let's go with that. Alright, so we have the 3 references that we're going to use for tonight's art session. So, let me just make this a little bit smaller so you can see, but doesn't disrupt from the main view. And then, let's get drawing, shall we? Alright, so first things first, let's get the pose right first of all. Now, I'll be honest with you, I don't usually kind of like do the whole portrait flip and everything, because apparently that's the way to do it. I usually don't do it, but I think it's a good idea to start doing it. I think I pressed the wrong button for the screen flip. I accidentally opened GeForce Experience for some reason. This is, there you go, that's the horizontal mirroring. So far so good. Of course, I just drew a fucking head. Alright, so neck down here, and then oh yeah, the tracking might be a little bit off because my drawing tablet's a little bit off to the side. Actually, let me try to bring it as close to the middle as possible for you guys, so that I don't look that glitched on the recording. But yeah, I'll be looking to the bottom right now. So pardon me. Alright, let's get drawing. Got the neck here. The body's gonna turn sideways a little bit, so maybe kind of like something like this. And then turn down. Add in a little bit of hip, like that. Some shoulder. This one's a bit more relaxed, but the back one's slightly raised because of the sword. Like that. See how that looks. That looks not bad. The head looks a little bit weird though. This one looks fine. It's the other side is the weird looking one. I might need to fix the yeah. That looks okay. Keep opening the fucking GeForce experience for some reason. Ignore me. Alright, let's go back. This one though, this one looks fucking weird as hell. But it works for now. Arms down here. And then right back up, right over here. Just like that. A little bit drawing down here. We bring the arm. This one's not too much out. By the looks of it, I don't think the shoulder's that much higher than the other one, huh? Let's erase that for a bit. And let's try again. Shoulders down here. Arms pretty relaxed. Mostly obscured by the other body. I think I'm gonna see it. Mostly obscured. But no, it's not mostly obscured. It is very much apparent, like this almost. And then the arm shoots straight up, like so, and then something like this. The arms here, and the other arms there, and the thumb right over there. I think the head position is a lot wrong here. I think the head position, this line here is actually correct. It is slightly off to the side, but not by much. Like that, you know? Yeah, that looks so much more better. Right, we're gonna do it right here, nice and tidy, and then we'll do the hands. This our character is holding a gun, and I'm imagining the gun would weigh a little bit more on the outside. So maybe it'll lean a little bit this side, maybe. Lean a little bit. The trigger finger would be a little bit more out compared to the other fingers, like that. Might not look good with the gun, but might need some reference for that actually. Alright, for the legs, I think we can do something simple. Down here. And another one over here. Beautiful. And then we'll just add some more. Feel like the legs are pretty short, but might need to fix that later. Put it here. I think that is the case, so let's advocate for a little bit more legs. Give us legs. We want legs. I need to change the tool to overlap. There you go. And then let's give him a bit more leg. Like that, I think is a good idea. Deselect, and let's bring him in a little bit. Alright. Give him his shoe right down there. Beautiful. And another one right over there. I think we're doing pretty well. And let's add that rapier. Now, speaking of which, we need to add, well, there's a reference to the rapier in the bottom left down that guy, so let's take it. We got the kind of like, not cross guard, what do you call this? The knuckle guard? Because the knuckle guard would go a lot more to the bottom down here. We got a knuckle guard over there and a little bit of a side guard, the basket I think it's called. And then we'll push it all the way apparently rapier is slightly heavier compared to a short sword or long sword. Actually, it's surprisingly heavy, so it might actually show a little bit of strength that is in the wielder of the rapier. Which is why I think it's a good gun for him. He has kind of like that pretty boy kind of aesthetic, but at the same time, real powerful. Alright, we need we need some hair. We're going for kind of like the wavy and a John Wick kind of hair, but curly a little bit. So I think something like this might work. Yeah, I gotta have some kind of spilling down the front, you know. That's always the debonair quality. And then let's get those fins out, shall we? He is a triton and he is proud of it. He's not trying to hide it. He wants everybody to know that he is a beautiful as fuck triton. Like that. That's nice. That one kind of has kind of like a lobster antenna, so let's see if that kind of works on this guy. What do you think? Antenna? No antenna. Antenna? No antenna is better. Maybe we can add some more flare in the arms, maybe. So, because that guy over there, you can see he has rough, really rough, kind of like features with what do you call this? Elbow? Not really elbow. That's a arm fin. So let's kind of do that. Kind of like pretty sharp arm fin like this. We can have it like this, you know. Comes out on the sides. I don't have some on the legs, so we're gonna put it out maybe down here, maybe. Something like how Hermes kind of shoes with wings and shit. But this one we do it for our triton. Should we add a little bit more fin somewhere? Or I think this is good enough. Gonna show his heritage. Yeah. And this is a good base, do you think? Maybe the rapier should be a little bit longer. It's a little bit uncompensated. I should stop with these jokes. Alright. Now I feel like he's overcompensating. Alright, so we need to find a reference for that holding the gun in that weird chill kind of way. So I'm gonna enlarge this one over here for you guys. And let's figure out, shall we? Hold, gun, relax. So these are like kinda, maybe not hold, but point gun. Huh, I guess point gun is a massage. Maybe not point gun. Aim, gun, relax. This kind of like proper way to do it. This is still kind of proper. I want the kind of relax, maybe gangster. Oh. Gun, gangster, image. So see, this is kind of the proper way. Just kind of like threatening, maybe. Threaten. Oh man, I don't have references for this one. The guy, I just don't want the guy to hold the gun properly, you know. Actually, since we have like this, maybe we can make the gun to kind of like point up a little bit, something like this guy. Copy image. Like this guy over here, as you can see, he can like holds. Oh shit, that's way too big. I think I'm zoomed in. There you go. Alright. So this guy over here, as you can see, kind of is holding the gun, but kind of slightly upwards. Maybe we can take a reference from that. and try to take the gun and point it slightly upwards, you know, like that maybe. Okay, we'll need to start with the box first, just to get a hold of it. So something like this is a start for the gun. I feel like this one needs to be a bit longer, maybe like that. Gun pointing that way, like that. Something like that, maybe. That could work, yeah? And we need a reference for a good rapier and a good flintlock, but we have something to work with here. So now, let's try to let's get some red in there, and let's start to garner some details a little bit. So, this guy, handsome as shit. So we gotta give him that debonair kind of look. So not full eye, so maybe like a half eye, like that, you know. And of course the hair covering some of part of the eye. That's kinda hot, I think. I don't know. I don't know what girls like. This is what I think girls like. Or guys, no judging. So something like that. So I triton might will have this kind of like long kind of nose a little bit, so we're gonna go with that. And we're gonna give him a cocky smirk. Maybe too big. Or maybe kind of like just that kind of stoic look. We give him a little bit of a scar down here, you know? Add a little bit of story to him. And voila. What do you think? It's pretty good, right? We'll add some hair, more hair strands up front. This is before the triton fin, right next to his face, right there. And the fin kind of goes in that direction, while the other one over here opens up to the side like this. There you go. There. What do you think? Pretty, right? Maybe it could be, what do you call it? It could be a little bit more compressed, because I think that that's, if you're horizontal, it might look like that. So we need to like that a little bit. There you go. And then let's grab in the hair. Hair will be kind of like jagged but flowy at the same time. That doesn't look quite right. Let's see. Like his hair over here is just that, just that, basically, you know. His hair over here. Maybe like that. Nope. That's a little bit. Maybe I'll just let it go down here. You know. There you go. Something like that. See, I'm always gonna worried because this is not my character. This is a character from my player's backstory. So I'm always kind of worried a little bit when it comes to drawing characters that are not mine, that it doesn't fit the player's vision. But then I kind of remembered it's just an interpretation of what we think the characters would look like. So at that point, I feel like, you know, it's okay to have some creative liberties about what you think. This is your version of the character, so this is my version of Makoa, and the player Kane might have a different version, and that's okay. So I'm just gonna go through it here. Alright, so this guy's gonna have a wide part on his clothing. You can see all the way down here. He likes to show it off. He is beautiful after all, and he's not afraid to show it. Like that. Yeah, there you go. And we get to down here, we give him a nice belt. Maybe we'll give him, no, is part of the Akamai. Akamai has this kind of like seashell that they use to identify each other. Akamai is this name of a gang that he's in. So I think we can use kind of like a seashell, kind of a belt buckle, basically, to go with that. There, that could work. And then just belt on the side, and let's just make it like that. Beautiful. Now we'll let the leather armor kind of spill down here a little bit. So I'll just here spill out some like this. Something like this, you know? Hope that's not too short. It's barely going down there. Actually, we might be able to just make it this whole thing slightly larger, you know? Slightly longer, maybe even slightly larger on either end. Yeah, something like that, something like that. There you go. Pretty. Let's give him that leather armor that he so deserves. Now, from the looks of it, if you kind of notice, I feel like the left side of the head is a little bit too high compared to the other side. Maybe I should kind of bring it down a little bit, you know? So maybe a little bit like that. Yeah. There you go, and it'll look much better on both sides. I'm assuming. I don't know. I don't use the whole flip thing, but it kind of looks good. I hope you guys are liking it as well. Oops, sorry. Headphones. Alright, let's continue. Okay, so we'll give him more flowy bits, and the leather on the outside of here. Can give it kind of like that, what do you call the square pattern, kind of like a gambeson a little bit. I think that's what it's called. The thick cloth armor, I think, gambeson. It's just funny, he's wearing armor, but at the same time his chest is just completely bared. Because why not? We're in a fantasy setting, bitch. Now see, the difference is, for this guy, he is a triton, so we can't have all those flowy bits all the way to the arm, because he has to have the front arm free. So that presents a cool design challenge over here. Now what I'm assuming, they kind of like usually have kind of something around their bicep that helps tighten the clothes that they have, kind of like seals it in there. So let's make something like that over here. This will be kind of like maybe a little bit kind of like squished like that, and it'll maybe spread out a little bit down here. That's the thing that's holding all the cloth. So let's finish up this leather over here. Leather goes over here and down like that. Yeah, something like that, you know. And then the cloth will just fall. This one might have kind of like like that, a little bit overflow here and there. It is a loose cloth after all. Same on this side as well. It would have kind of like loose clothing. Goes around. Yeah. Like that. Something loose for both. Now see, one of the problem I'm seeing here is that the gun arm is much looser than the sword arm over over here, so we might need to be fair, the gun arm is much more larger, much more lower compared to the sword arm, so maybe that's okay. Maybe that's okay. So let's go through with it. Let's finish up the gun hand, shall we? So now this should have kind of like a ring on it, because that's where the gun's hole's gonna be. The gun trigger, gun hole. What? Let's add something over here. Make him nice. Yeah, I get a feeling he'd be the kind of guy that wear fingerless gloves, you know? Just protect himself a little bit. He knows the value of himself and wouldn't want himself to get hurt. So he'd have a fingerless glove for the gun, and then of course we have the triton fin. Over the side here, and we'll bring it down like that. Yeah, that actually looks really good. I'm really liking where this is going. Alright, other arm, let's go. So again, point the fingers a little bit up, back finger slightly down there. Can make holes for the fingerless glove like that. Yeah, like that, boy. And then we'll have the rapier's butt over here. This could be kind of like the akamai shell, basically kind of like a spiral shell like that. Nautica team, so maybe this one, instead of a simple pauldron, simple knuckle guard, we can make this kind of like a coral reef that would double as a sword catcher and weapon as well, you know? Yeah, like that. This might be a very impractical design, but fuck it. It looks cool as heck, so we're going with it. So we might put a little bit kind of like a cross guard over here if we want to. I'll do it like that. Then finally, of course, we have the blade. Like that. Beautiful. And then let's kind of cut it off around here maybe. So before it was way too long, like he's compensating with something. This one still seems a bit short, so maybe halfway. Let's go halfway. There you go. We'll add some edge there, since the blade edge would be facing topwards. We'll do it like this. Might need a bit more blade, like this. There you go. Beautiful. Next, what else do we need to give out? The other fin. So the other fin first. Arms down. Pull to the side. Then fin like that. And voila. Triton boy. Now with this one, right, I feel like the fin. Yeah, the fin would have been on the inside rather than the outside, now that I think about it. The fin would have been here, slightly squished maybe, so something like that. And then we have the gun, of course. The gun is a standard Flintlock pistol, because that's the level of technology in my game. So let's get some fantasy Flintlock. Fantasy Flintlock pistol. There you go. I kinda like that one, so let's go with that. Well, no, that's a little bit too advanced. It needs to be a bit ragtag, a bit just enough. You know, it's not
It's not the best tool in the world, but it's kind of like scrap pistol, so something like that. But instead of fucking, what do you call that? Kind of like Inquisition kind of rights over there. Instead, we change it with maybe some bandages or some shit, you know? So let's go with that. They have a really long barrel. Man, I never did research on any flintlocks before. Didn't realize they have that long of a barrel. Or at least in whatever rendering this shows, it has a long ass barrel. But that doesn't last long, apparently. There's kind of like straps going up on the top. And then we'll bring in with the trigger and all. It's all up here. Mechanism. And yeah, there you go. Then finally, the shoes. So this guy's wearing kind of like this thigh-high boots, and I think we're gonna copy that as well. That's a pretty good one. So let's go with that. Thigh-high boots. Sexy. Wonderful. I'm talking all this about a man character, so this is weird. I need to maybe like down here a little bit. Like that. There you go. Beautiful. Next, we'll pull it down a little bit. Like down here. Down here as well. You have sewing the other side there. And this one's on the inside of your pants, basically. Yeah, like that. And then we'll move in. Put some cloth underneath there, underneath all that leather. And then for the boots, we'll bring them down. Now, I think there should kind of like be a gap, basically, like this, which is then combined back here for the end of the shoe. And this shoe designed specifically for triton to allow for their fit to like breathe a little bit, you know? Yeah, like that. Same for the other side. Like that. Beautiful. And we'll do it on the other side. How are you guys doing, by the way? I am so tired today. I feel like just want to sleep at the moment. I can't remember. Nope, I promise you guys we're going to be streaming today, so duty calls, as they put it. Let me just put it down here. Now we reveal from the side a bit of how it looks. I think the idea it kind of provides a gap basically on either side to allow for more breathability. Go, and voila, we've made a shoe that is a triton specific, and I think in general that is basically it. I'm actually pretty proud of this. Has a little bit of Deborah. Maybe he needs to smile instead of that kind of like sad face that he has over there, because we need him to maybe even make him kind of like smirk with the teeth out a little bit. But now it's time to draw. So let's go. Pen tool. Let's draw, baby. Alright, let's get the face right, boys. Yeah. Sorry about that. My sister was in the room. Alright, I think we got a nice smirk out of the guy, like that. Give him that half eye, kind of sexy look. Yeah.
Yeah, this guy looks like he's looking for it in a different direction, so that's not good. Again, stop pressing the GeForce Experience button.
I do not want to stream not using that at least. I'm using Restream.
So A.
Let me try again. So it's from over here. It's looking forward a little bit. Yeah, like that. And we got some scars, but I don't think that should be drawn with the thick pen that I have right now. And let's ink it properly. Something like that. Thick, thin, thick, thin, thick, thin, then thick, thin. Now we got it. Triton. Hey, let's make the face first. Beautiful. It's a bit too sharp, maybe. Something like that, yeah. Right. Then we got the hair on the other side. Like that. Alright. Then we put up some of these cool horns. There you go, beautiful. Gently just color the shit up like that. Yeah, there you go. You got some nice scar here, like that. Yeah, there you go. Give him some kind of like a little bit oily hair, I guess is what you would describe this hair, I think.
Something like that.
So we'll pull up his shoulder pad over here. Alright, jaggedly down there. Where it is now part
Of the costume.
Now we have some nice, I don't know what these are called, but they are indeed nice. So we'll take it.
Yeah. Okay, to make sure that I am moving in the screen.
So let's try this. Maybe a little bit more unsubtle like that. And then we'll jagged up his clothing like that, you know. And I will just take him a little bit, take some clothes like that, just to show that he has all those body to show off. His flares, little flares make his character a little bit more cool, kind of feel a little bit more rugged in terms of appearance. Yeah. And then we'll need to draw in the other side of the shoulder, some edge over there, and then a waist like that.
Might be a bit too thin. Let's check. Seems fine.
Let's follow through that. Alright, so we got a seashell here at the center. things, man. I have no idea.
Hey, yes, it is Makoa. I am finally drawing him. Glad that you recognize him the moment you come in, by the way, Aina. Finally get to drawing him.
And there you go.
So I hope the idea is kind of ooze. The image kind of oozes confidence, a little bit of a sexiness in there, but not vulnerability. You know. You can see he's a rugged but a pretty tough dude. But you can definitely see him trying to sleep with your mom, kind of guy. So yeah, I'd say it works. Hey, someone agrees. Nice. Alright, let's get it out there. There you go. Sorry about that. I got some, what do you call? My sister came in my room again. She just came back from work, so it is late. But, eh. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do, you know? There you go. So now with this, all the layers. So now all these layers, in my opinion, doesn't really do much. But the goal is to kind of like add a little bit more complexity to the clothing and stuff, you know. That way, it kind of gives a bit of a depth. At least in my opinion, art is subjective. Oh, chat very laggy. Oh no. Oh, hey. Uh, I don't understand the VOH FYI kind of thing. So sorry about that, Octavia. But nice seeing you there. I guess I need to find a setup that kind of fixes this laggy chat. I am using Restream, by the way, so that I can get to many locations. But we'll we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Hopefully tomorrow we can have like a nice smooth session. For now, we're stuck with this. But thank you for coming and watching, though. Alright, there you go. We have nice chill art. There you go. Maybe you can add a little bit, kind of like scrappiness here and there, because he is not what do you call? He's a rugged boy. Doesn't have the brand new everything. So he'll have some ruggedness to him. There you go. Leave some scratch marks here. Drag it. Maybe like this instead. Yeah. Bit better. Alright. There you go. One rugged man. Hope you guys like him. The leather would be a bit more heavier here. Maybe have some folds at the bottom there. It's like my shoe always have these kind of like creases basically, where my leg kind of bends. So you should have that here there as well. Bring it in here, make it nice and softly, and
voila. They will allow for the fins to gonna come up on the sides and allow for the strips to come up there. That's gonna be his actual leg. There you go. Now the other side, same thing. Make it kind of like very resistant to change because it's, you know, thick leather. Should be protecting his feet after all. Bring it down to the side. Bit more rugged. We can add that crease mark here again from the bending of the leg. Round it up. Now we'll add in the actual leg in. This one we can afford to be a little bit more organic, you know. And then we'll add the fin. And finally, there you go. Alright, feet's done. Now let's, in my opinion, the hardest part to draw. The fucking hands. Alright, let's get to it. No point dilly-dallying. Alright, let's go. Especially he's like wearing this like really loose kind of clothing, so it's very what do you call, lots and lots of creases and shit. I need to control my pressure. That just looks like a piece of mutton. You know what, that kind of works. That works. We'll kind of bend it in a little bit. Some might fold over and into itself, you know. Then we get here getting pushed over here. We get a lot of crease basically. It kind of opens up and to a more kind of flat area there. And we'll get to his hands right around here. Hand kind of blends into the fin of the arm there, like that. And then I'll draw his fingers. Like I said, he's a guy who would wear fingerless gloves because it's cool. And since he's he needs some additional protection, you know, because he won't be able to wear a proper gauntlet because of the fin on his arm. So yeah, some protection will be needed. And over here we'll add kind of like the akamai kind of like shell basically. We add a little bit of spikes here and there, you know. Just add a little bit more detail. Wonderful. And then we'll add kind of like the basket for the we have the cross guard, so let's add in there. Add that first. Cross guard comes from this side, so let's pull it out. Wonderbar. And then we get the blade coming in from this side over here. Merge into the other side. And then we got the other side of the cross guard like that, going to the other side. Then we got the basket. Basket kind of goes down here, covering basically the sides of the blade, covering this whole thing. So we need to erase this part basically, and then covering up on the other side as well. And voila! And finally, the coral, not cross guard, coral knuckle guard. There you go. And we're gonna have it. We need some perspective here a little bit because this is kinda. It should be kind of facing around, kind of like in the back direction over there. So some of them maybe should kind of come behind the arm like that, just to give a perception of depth. How do you pronounce that? Depth, something like that. And we have something coming from behind them, maybe even kind of like another coral over there, just to show like it is a bit deep. that. Then of course we got Le Beautiful Blade. Now this is way too thick for a rapier, but why not? It's fucking fantasy. So we're just gonna pull it out there, put it there. Beautiful. Beautiful. I like it. On the other side, like it as well. This is actually not bad. Wait, nope. That shoe looks like it's melting. We need to fix that. Now, something like this, maybe. Needs to be a bit sharper. Maybe it shouldn't be that thick, you know? Maybe it should be a bit thinner. Yeah. Silent P. Oh, right. So death. Right, got it. Not silent. Are you sure about that? It feels like the feels much more correct than death. Death is for, like, you know, people dying, you know? That's wrong. Alright. Let's add in the Flintlock Pistol that we found just now. The fingers right here. We got the beautiful fingerless glove because fingerless glove is awesome. One day I will own my own fingerless glove. Alright, let's put it in here, out and around, and then we put in the bumps for the hand. Beautiful. Exactly. That's the way to pronounce it. That is in a dictionary now, guys. Write it down. Alright. Pull it down here. There you go. And then we'll just do all this crease bit. We need some kind of like some signature, kind of like that's the end of the leather, and then we just start folding down here like that, you know. More. I do have fingerless glove. When did I have a fingerless glove? Are you talking about my Kirito costume from ages ago? That's not real fingerless glove. That's kind of like plasticky and stuff. You gotta get the real leather one, you know? There you go. Like that. That is ugly as shit. As usual, I do not know how to draw sleeve. That looks like, I don't know, cow fat. I need Gordon Ramsay to insult me. He has good insult. Leather's overrated. Dude, leather shit feels so good. Even fake leather sometimes. Like, you know it's fake, but like it has kind of like the texture of leather. I really like it. And I'm assuming a real leather would be much more supple. Right. Now we need references. This is a problem where I can't imagine shit, and that's where references come in. So, just don't zoom in. Nah. Gotta make art good from every angle, man. So, let's bring up our reference board again. And that's fine. Some good sleeve reference. Sleeve reference. Alright, so we need from front. So front, like that maybe. What do we have here? Nope, nope, nope. Nope, 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 nope. Nope, that is not a sleeve. Maybe a reference is not a good idea. But sleeve is a good word. What else am I supposed to put there? No. Man, wait, what am I doing? This guy over here kinda has it. We can just use that. Zoom in, focus in on that. Zoom in on vector 7. How was that? You know what? We'll deal with it. We'll deal with it for now. Kind of like draw this as the boundaries basically, and then we'll just add creases and creases and creases like that. Yeah, that kind of works. Maybe a little bit more like that. Maybe like some line like this maybe. And yeah, that you know what? That's good. That's cool. And finally, let's draw his flintlock pistol. Well, it's not flintlock in my world. This one's heavily inspired by Ruby, basically, the dust technology, where that is basically the source of the firearms and most technology in the world, where they have this element that when kind of like put pressure on it will transform into other elements that can be used for multiple purposes. In this case, making a gun. So we have it here, a simple flintlock system. Beautiful. Bring it down right there, and voila. With this, I think we have. Oh, I just realized the whole drawing is overlay. There you go. Now we have a pretty darn good. What's his name? Makoa here. Draw Makoa. Beautiful. Alright. Next, coloring time. First, a wash of baby blue, or whatever blue this is. I don't actually know. It's a wash over everything. Like that. Beautiful. Maybe a little bit darker now I think about it. A little bit more blue. Like so. Yeah, I like this one. This one's better. And then we use the the fill bucket tool to erase large swaths of the drawing here. And this is where we're going to just go through in detail and erase any kind of like straggling details, kind of like spilling blue ink and shit. So we'll just go through, especially in the sharp edges. That's where ink tend to be left behind, yeah, like that over there. Maybe some over here. But so far it seems to be removing like pretty well. Oh, there you go. Some stragglers there. That's good. That's real good. Some corners here, no? All good. Oh, maybe down there. Yeah. Crotch area. Remove that. That's beautiful. Alright. Anything down here? Anything we should be aware of? There you go. A little bit more, and I think that should be everything. Alright, so we have the base of this guy's color. Now I want to color the skin first. In this case, we need to add some splotches of white, basically. This is how I like to draw my tritons, basically. Let's take this kind of like sparkly dotty thing here and just just fill. Oh, that's a bit too big. Just fill this whole area up. So it kind of looks like freckles a little bit, you know. Makoa. Now we don't really have a description from Kane on how Makoa kind of looks, so it'll just be up to us really. I'll go with kind of like the lower half of the face will be white, you know. kind of like a beard, almost a white beard with this. Yeah, it kind of looks like chest hair, but not really. This is just he's a triton. Triton will have kind of like a slight skin pattern, so we're gonna go with that. So it'll look like hair basically, but no, it's not. And then we'll erase all the spillage. There you go. Something like that. Let's erase the outside here as well, so that we have a nice clean edge. And et voila. There you go. And then maybe from above we can add darker dots basically. So we take this blue here, we go a little bit darker, a little bit greener, and then we can add, actually can add it back. No, I think we'll use this to kind of like cull back the dottiness of it. We can use this to make like larger splotches. So let's make it slightly larger. Yeah, like dots like that, basically. Now, if you're asking, like, where am I getting this idea? I have no idea. I am improvising right now. I think that looks kind of good. And then I think we should add a little bit at the arm. Let's take the same color. And then use this. And let's spin it up over here. Oh, that's a bit too big. Let's make it a little bit more lower. There you go. So it's like that. And we'll take the original color and kind of cull it back a little bit. Like that. And I think that looks good. Alright. Let's erase the spillage. And voila. We got ourselves a triton. Alright, so now let's color the whites. Where the shirt are, the teeth are. Usually if I go for white, I go for a little bit of a yellowy, creamy kind of color. Kind of like it's not perfect white, but most people will interpret it as white. Like that, you know? That looks good. The shirt should be white as well, so let's put it in there. Yeah. White shirt. And then we put in the white sleeves in there as well. Alright, now we just need to color in the detail. And voila, I think this looks pretty good. You say so? Whites are done. Next, let's go for the browns. This is the leather of the guy. It needs to be a little bit more kind of like reddish, maroonish color. I feel like the redder the leather kind of gives off a richer kind of leather, you know. So I'm going with that at slightly red leather for him. Let's put it down there. Ooh. There you go. Well, I'm glad you are liking his hotness. That is indeed the goal. If you think he is hot, the goal have been achieved. Thank you very much. Oh, I forgot one more white layer at the very bottom here. It's kind of like
I want Rex is hot like this. Aida, please, only pick one. Well, I guess polygamy works too. You know what? You do you. Rex, Ignis is a royalty after all. They usually have kind of like second wives, third wives, then concubines and shit. Is that how you're gonna be? Aina, you have problems. You have boy problems. Haribo Ignis, yeah. Alright, that's still pretty good. I think we'll use the dark leather on the belt as well. Or maybe we use black for the belt. Black and gold would be pretty nice. Alright, okay. Let's do black for the belts and the fingerless gloves. Because fingerless gloves is awesome. Like that. Color it out like that. Beautiful. Like that. I think that's it. The fingerless gloves works pretty nicely. I don't think there's any other locations that needs a black. Oh, maybe the hair. The hair. We need a little bit black, but I think we should use another layer for that because we want a little bit more kind of like level depth to it, not just a single flat color. So we got the black on the belt and everything, so that's good. Now let's go to our decoration layer. Let's go for maybe the pants. The pants I think we'll go for kind of like a muted green blue thing here. Kind of similar to what Haley wears basically. So something like this. Alright. And then maybe the boots. Oh, how should we deal with the boots? Same color as the shirt? I feel it's a bit boring, no? But let's try it. We'll take the boot color like this. Yeah, that is a bit boring. Maybe we'll go black, because we do have a black layer over here. Let's go with black. Does black work? I think black works. Yeah? Then we'll maybe add slightly brighter, maybe slightly browner color for the edge right there. Yeah, I think we're doing it. That looks pretty good. Alright, let's clean up the ink bucket kind of edges there. I think. Oh, there you go. That looks good. That is looking good, desu. Alright, let's take our what layer is this? I don't. That's the pants. Let's add one more layer for like a goldeny color. This one's for all the gold decorations that he would have. So the belts here, then this seashell belt buckle, and then what else? His eyes. We put in that piercing yellow eyes. Maybe a little bit, kind of like a slit in the center like this. Give him that cat-like quality, you know? Yeah. And then we'll do the gold for the weapons as well. Maybe not gold, slightly more faded. Something like this, maybe. Alright. And I think with the handle we can use the same brown as the leather clothing here. Yeah. Hey, it's the eyes, man. The eyes just. Mwah. You gotta be careful with the guys with nice eyes. And then the coral. I'm not sure how to deal with the coral, to be honest. Let's try. Let's go crazy. Let's go crazy. And we can make this gold color here, like that, and then maybe we can gradient it a little bit with some orange,
So it's not his hands, it's just the sword. The what do you call the knuckle guard of the sword, we instead of just a simple knuckle guard, we're putting in a coral pattern in there. Alright, and then I think we can use the same kind of like this muted gold color for the gun as well. And then finally the wood, maybe we need a new layer for wood color, something like this, and then we can use it as the base for the gun that he has. There you go. And then we'll put in some silver for the metal. And then that would be it. Oh no, the silver for the sword as well. There you go. I know I'm missing something. Put in for the sword, and then finally, gotta do the hair. So at the very top over here, we'll take a dark, I think slightly green colored hair. There you go. Plug it in there. Now I think this is a bit too green, so let's take the gradient here and make it darker and more blacker, like that. But we can make at the very tip a lot more green, right at the tip there, something like that. And fins, I keep forgetting about that one. We'll make it kind of like the same pale white, I think, as this one, but a bit more yellower. But our reference is a bit more orangey, which I think might work, so let's try it. We do have a separate layer after all, so it's a bit easier for us to color. That might actually work. I kind of like that. So let's go with orange then. So let's color up these boys as well down here. Like that. Like that. Let's fill them up, boys. Nope. Like that. Color them properly. Make sure there are no empty spaces left. Alright, and then let's grain it up with a bit more kind of like harsher, redder orange. And let's put it in there. Put him at the edge, and then we can do kind of like a gradient thing over here, and just fade it out maybe. That does not look right, but it works for now. Yeah, kind of like has a balance of striking colors and mundaneness of his lifestyle. So there you go. His whiteness, the white pattern on his chin kind of makes up for beard. He has his guns and his rapier. While he is definitely a triton, you can also see he's kind of like rapscallion a little bit. I think I'll add a little bit more for his kind of like cheek scar over there. Make it slightly darker color. Like that. Yeah, there you go. And that's almost done. What we need to do right now is a little bit of a shading. So we want this guy amber hair? Ombre hair? Is that a green ombre?
I feel like that's a typo, but at the same time, I feel like it's not. What is ombre? So we're gonna put the hair kind of like this, basically coming from, not really from the front, because the front will ombre. Oh, okay, it's a style. I did not know. Okay, well there you go. Kind of reminds me of a friend of mine back in the UK. Actually, a lot of people in the UK has kind of like black, dark colored hair on the top, and then at the bottom half, maybe quarter of the hair is specifically green. There's a lot of people that choose green, so I guess yeah, that is a specific a specific hairstyle for it. Ah, I see. Well, there you go. Ombre. Yeah, there you go. Ombre. So it's not ombre, it's ombre. I like it. Alright, now let's color him up. So you want to shade him. I want a harsher kind of shade, you know, just to give him that nice edgy kind of look. So he'll have shadow roots. I see. So the roots are darker than the color of the rest of the hair. There you go. Let's put a little bit more shading there. This one I think could be completely dark, I think. I think the lighting would be stopped. It's kind of dark under the collarbone here a little bit, you know. And then let's color in the inside of his clothing. There you go. Same on this side as well, but it shouldn't be as much because the light should be shining into that area. Like that. So this side over here should be completely in shadow, so let's just cover it up. And we'll take this one over here. The bottom of these folds should just be in complete shadow like that. Of course, the edge, the side that is facing away from the sun is definitely shaded as well. The problem with shading is like I'm kind of, what do you call, afraid, I guess, in terms of shading. Like I'm not very aggressive with my coloring. I like two-tone shading, that's for sure. But like usually I'm not very, like I'm either all out, like I erase in the light, or I do this kind of like very kind of like simple shadowy thing, not really strong characteristic shadows, which I guess I should try to avoid. Try to up my style a little bit, you know, up my skill a little bit. Take this time to kind of get to know how to fucking color and draw and stuff. Alright, so like that. Let's put in some color there. Beautiful. This should be darker on this side. All these are definitely darker, being under the hands and stuff. Under the folds, like that. Like that, beautiful. Again, cover this side as well. Color it.
side of the barrel darker and the edge of the gun as well. Maybe even the deeper parts there, make it slightly darker. There. This under this kind of second layer there, let's make it double colored. Now right now it's gonna look a bit messy, but hopefully after I turn on the blending mode it should make it look much nicer. But we'll see. Right, we kinda have this. Let's color it this way. Sorry about that. My throat's getting a little bit dry, but I am determined to finish this before I get a drink. Let's color it up. We'll color in the deep side in here as well because you know it's very low down. There's not much light coming from up there. Let's color it. I think we can afford to just make it like really dark as well, so I think it's all good, especially with the lighting not really coming to the location down here. Oh, it looks like now I'm being scolded, but the drawing, it's so fun. I don't want to stop. You can't make me. I'm a grown-ups man. Nice and dark kind of coloring. I really love that fin, by the way. Whoever chose that color, like, goddamn, you are a genius. I'm gonna make it half of this fin here is gonna take a darker color. But it's so far away. It's like 2 feet away. My hands, they're too busy coloring. I can't stop. Just so far. Help. I'm drowning of thirst. Wait, drowning of thirst? What? No, I'm dying of thirst. That's the word. Fucking drowning of thirst? What am I? Brain's not working this late at night. Aina's getting mad at me. Aina, please. There you go. Yes. Give me a drinking cap, thanks so that I don't have to move at all. And then I will become a true gamer. Capital G gamer. Alright. Let's finish up with putting shadow on the left side of this thing, which I guess means this whole thing will be mostly in shadow, no? Yeah, like that. There you go. Much more kind of dramatic kind of coloring. Alright, let's see how it looks. Change to difference. Alright, so I don't like the color right now. It's a little bit too harsh. So let's change and make this darker. See how it goes. That looks pretty good. Let's make this darker and see how that goes. So the color is a bit, yeah, I think this is much better. See, the dark side is not too dark. Kind of gives just a nice contrast basically to the whole thing. Or maybe that's a bit too bland. I do tend to do that. Like this, like the harsher shadow makes it look nice, but some parts it's not too pretty. That doesn't do anything. The higher I go, the harsher the color is, which does not make it look that nice. Yeah, I think this is perfect. I think this is a nice balance of it. Alright, let's finish up on the shadows, my mans. Let's put it a little bit under the belt here. And then on these layers and layers of clothing. Beautiful clothing. We might have it some here as well. On the top layer here, some here. The belt might cast a little bit of a shadow here. That. Yeah. Alright, maybe some parts in the inner of the shirt. What else? So this side over here definitely requires some. With all these folds, it'll be crazy if there's no shadow. There you go. Put in some shadow there. Bit more. Some at the bottom of this hand here. There you go. In the dark crevices of this hand here, definitely have some shadows there. There's definitely shadow at the bottom of this blade. And this side of the blade for sure. With the bottom of this kind of cross guard. And this sword would definitely cast shadow onto the shoulders. So this is gonna create a large spot of shadow here where the pommel is. And then I'm gonna color there you go. Bottom part of his blade here. Absolutely stunning. Put in a little bit under the chin here, under the nose, and the lips, and the eyes, under the chin there, a little bit. And then let's should be some underneath all these things. This side of the hair should be much darker than the other side. Even hairs have shadows, you gotta remember that. But I think this in general should be pretty much done, huh? There you go, Mr. Makoa. And I did not even save, which I should. Thank God nothing crashed. So let's go. Arc of the 12, Yakami, and then we got Makoa. Alright, thank you very much for coming, I guess, guys. Finally got Makoa done. Post this on Twitter if you guys want to give it a look. But I hope you guys enjoy what we have here today. I'm going to stop now and actually grab some drink. Much important. But I'll stop here for now. I'll see you guys tomorrow. And tomorrow we are planning to play a little bit of Minecraft. So, with my friend Katachomot, and then hopefully we can yeah, I don't know, have some fun, I guess. So we'll stop here for now. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Good night.